So I am coming on here today to talk about uh what happened to me as a kid, the rapes and the child molestation. I was staying in a foster home, and I was about 3 or 4 at the time, and the daughter of the foster mom, well, her daughter um started touching me. Uh she started touching me, and she said it was some sort of game. At the time, obviously I was too young to know the difference, and she kept begging me to touch her, and I wasn't comfortable with it. And I started talking louder and louder, so her mom would bust in the room. Um, she was about the daughter, she was about 16 to 17 at the time. So, the mom comes in the room, and she's yelling at the daughter, like, why are you making so much noise in here? And all types of stuff. And then she tells me to come in her room so I can go to sleep. Well, I guess the apple don't fall too far from the tree, because the mom first tells me that I shouldn't sleep in underwear. Then she claims she needs to examine me to see if I had any bugs or whatever, or to see if anyone hurt me down there. Next thing you know, her face is down there. That shit is foul. It's so foul. And that's not the only time it happened. During the whole duration of me staying there, she's done stuff like that to me, along with her daughter. I didn't even tell my sister about this. To this day, my sister still doesn't know. Um, we weren't there super long, but it's I just don't understand what do you see in a little ass girl, okay? Little ass girl. And now I'm gonna tell you guys about when I was in my adopted home, and my uncles um also were in little girls, because um the older uncle, he started raping me when I was 12. And this one's a super sensitive subject for me, because I trusted them like no other. They were like father figures for me. And the first time the older uncle raped me was when my grandma was out of town for the weekend. They went to Atlantic City on those bus trips. I don't know if you're familiar with Pittsburgh or not, but um, they frequently have these like bus trips that you could uh, go on. You pay a certain amount of money and you go get on a bus and you could go to Atlantic City for a duration of the weekend or whatever. But I was in charge of watching her room. She didn't want anybody else in her room. And she wanted me to stay in the room, but I had my foster cousin, well, not my foster cousin. Um I had my little cousin in a room, and my sister and my two younger uncles, and we were watching scary movies for the night. And my older uncle comes in and he's like, didn't my mom say she doesn't want anybody in this room except for you? And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, well, they got to get out. I'm like, we're watching a movie and she doesn't mind if they're in here as long as I'm in here. And he's like, no, they have to get out. He kicks them out the room. And I was like, well, screw it, I'll go to sleep. Well, I lay down and I actually doze off. I lay down and doze off. And I wake up because I feel something heavy on the side of me, on the bed. And being that I just got done watching scary movies, I'm like, oh God, I hope it's not a ghost. I roll over, open my eyes. It's my uncle. He starts rubbing on me, talking about, I want you to be my little girlfriend. Make sure you keep this a secret, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, no, get off of me. I'm begging, like, please do not touch me. Please don't touch me. His hands start going lower. And I'm like, please, just don't touch me. And he continues to touch me. So I start swinging. Let me just say, I was about 80 pounds, okay? Uh, Around that time, I actually had an eating disorder. So I was pretty small for my age. And he wasn't small. He had to have been around 250 pounds, nothing but solid muscle, okay? So I'm a small person trying to fight someone huge. I'm pushing, punching, screaming. No one comes in this room. He holds me down and you all know where it's going to go from there. Not only did that happen, but my other uncle, his younger brother, also had an interest in little girls. This uncle used to climb in my bed all the time. I mean, all the time. And I had nobody to protect me from him. I had given up on fighting them because they were way bigger than me. But I also used to try to do things to prevent this from happening. I don't give a damn what I tried. It wouldn't stop them. the older uncle actually used to stalk me. I had met my husband when I was 13, and we weren't sexually active or anything. I actually wasn't interested in sex. And my older uncle used to get mad if I would walk to school with boys. He would have a problem with that. He literally would jump out of a car, like he would literally drive his truck and follow me to school. He would jump out of his truck if I were walking to school with a boy. He would literally grab me and drag me into his truck. And he raped me countless times in his truck. Countless times. Countless times. But the point of my story is I had a lot of issues. I've tried to commit suicide countless times. I obviously didn't succeed because I'm sitting here talking to you right now. Um, I still fight with depression. I'm actually bipolar. I had eating disorders and everything else, and my goal was to not let the rapes break me. I grew up to actually like be something. My adopted mom used to always say, "You're not going to be anything. You're not going to do nothing with your life. You're not going to change your life for the better." Well, I'm married now. I have 4 kids. I've been with the same man since I was 13. We're 30 now, and um, I did everything opposite of what my adopted mom said I was going to do. Uh, don't get me wrong. I still have flashbacks constantly. I still have to deal with um the nightmares and things like that. But I tell myself all the time I'm gonna get through it. Uh, if you go through something like this, make sure you have support. Nobody believed me when I told them, except for my sister and my husband, and obviously like the judge and well, not necessarily a judge. The judge was a straight up D head, and we know what the D stands for. But life can honestly get better for you. I'm not going to say that the visions and everything's going to go away because I would be lying to you. I would literally be lying to you. But do not let it break your spirit. Do not let it stop you from accomplishing everything you want to accomplish in life. If you have kids, uh, just remember you're working for them. You're working to be a better person for them. Um, I'm very overprotective over my daughter. I only have one girl and I have 3 boys. I'm extremely overprotective over my daughter. I'm also overprotective over my sons. I do not let them stay with family. I do not let no one bathe them. Nothing like that. Like, even as a baby with I have a 13-year-old and I did not let anyone bathe them or nothing of that nature. Um, hopefully, hopefully I could get over that fear. But I just wanted to say if you've been through this, um, I don't know. I can't even say the pain goes away because it never has for me. I actually ended up with cervical cancer behind them. Uh, but you can change your life. You can change your life. You can make a difference. And you also may be able to make a difference in someone else's life. Um, but if you have any questions, um, feel free to send me a message or leave a comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Uh, mm, like the video. You can share. Um, thank you very much for listening, and just remember you can make a difference. And I know it sounds so cliche, but you really can. I live to tell my story, so I can help other people. So, like I said, thank you for listening, and be blessed.